This Eliza Bleu situation is getting crazier and crazier by the day. And the silence from so many commentators and websites out there that typically lean right, or at least they stand against the left and they stand against censorship and they stand against false flagging, are completely silent in all of this. And the main person that a lot of people are focusing in on is Tim Pool. Tim Pool had Eliza on his channel about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and that really elevated her stature and her name, and it brought a new light onto her. Now, she was already being elevated because of her interactions with Elon Musk, but when you go on Tim Pool, Timcast IRL, that opens you up to a whole new audience. But his audience pretty much ate her alive in the comment section because it was pretty obvious that she was full of shit when she was talking about the accusers of Andrew Tate and calling them survivors and saying that she blindly believes all of them just because. There was a lot of concerns with that. But in the last few days, with all of the privacy complaints that many YouTubers are facing, Tim Pool has been facing questions about why he's not covering this. But then he claimed, hey, we have a reporter on this story. He actually traveled out somewhere to go hang out with Eliza and cover all of this story. And it seemed like, wow, this is actually a pretty cool situation. Tim actually has an investigative reporter on the story. This could be a really good, juicy story. But now that's being called into question. Now, here is a tweet right here from Tree of Logic, and it says, Eliza Bleu stated that she will die on the hill of free speech, but it looks like she has decided to die on the hill of censorship instead. Eliza filed a false privacy takedown notice against the following content creators listed below. Will @Timcast report on this? He is a coward and he probably won't. But this is the list of creators, and many of these creators are my friends. I stream with some of them. I know a lot of them. But look at the amount of creators that have been hit with privacy complaints from Eliza Bleu. Privacy complaints over publicly available videos. And she's abusing the copyright system on YouTube over and over and over again. She's probably a big fan of Naughty Dog at this point in time. But the problem here is that so many people are scared to even report on this. That's what's so frustrating right now. Here you have the quartering. Hey, Eliza Bleu, I'm not taking down one single video, and now you've really crossed a line. You could have just left well enough alone. Quartering also. So it's clear just this World Star Hip Hop video of that Eliza wants erased. Why not just tell us the reason? This is so freaking odd. Like, if she came out and said, like, hey, the guy that, this guy assaulted me or something, it wouldn't change fair use, but at least it would explain it. She's not interested in explaining it. Here's that umbrella guy. Eliza Bleu, thanks for the privacy complaints. It looks like at least 9 content creators got them, which proves that you are trying to scrub your past. It will not work. Here's Yellow Flash. If the world-famous liar Eliza Bleu hits you with a privacy complaint, fight it. She's a public figure. And now these are tweets that she has from her locked account, which is still locked. And she used this whole excuse for other people locking down their accounts for interactions. She's used that as an excuse to lock her account down because she's getting absolutely destroyed. She's losing thousands and thousands of followers. There's real-time tracking of her just losing followers. But right here, she's talking about the Timcast reporter. That Tim Pool tried to say, oh, yeah, we have a reporter on the story. And then he tried to throw Jeremy from the quartering under the bus, basically saying we had the quartering schedule, but he flaked out on us, so we can't talk about this story. That's not why they were bringing the quartering on. They had reached out to the quartering and booked him a month in advance before all of this story took off. So Tim does not want to address this because he's a coward. We've seen this in the past with the Jack Murphy situation. Tim just will not address things that hit too close to home for him, and he won't even answer questions. Now, again, as I've said in previous videos, he doesn't have to answer for these individuals' actions per se. So the Jack Murphy thing or Eliza Bleu, he doesn't have to answer for their actions. He's not responsible for their actions. But the fact that he will cover other stories about censorship and compromised big tech situations, he'll cover that all day long. This is a massive problem right now, and he won't touch it. And it's very frustrating. But this is the investigative reporter that Tim Cast is going to have on the scene for Eliza Bleu. Does this sound like someone that's going to give you some real truth?
Yep, Shane Cashman. I'm at Shane Cashman everywhere. You can go on timcast.com and check out the Inverted World stories and the recent stories I've been doing, and working on some new ones right now. And Eliza, grateful for your work and awesome to be here with you.
I love you so much, Shane.
Oh, thanks.
I'm like your
Appreciate
biggest
that.
fan.
Thank you for supporting me so much online.
I love you so much. I think you have a creative mind. And I told Shane one time, I said, I firmly believe that I had this feeling in my gut. I said, I need to ask Shane to take my picture and write an article, because I have a feeling his work will end up being Warhol-esque in a way where it's...
But thank you.
I'm serious.
Thank you.
I don't know how else to articulate it, but I think you're really gifted and very talented, and I'm grateful.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. Right on. Yeah, we got something in the works.
Yeah, we're going to do a thing.
Yeah, it's going to be
You know
awesome.
what I think would be really cool? And I know you're trying to end the show, but I've had this vision a little bit of you coming out to the farm and really seeing what my day-to-day life is like.
That's the goal.
It's totally different than this glam version.
Yeah, that's the goal. I love doing stories like that where I can just kind of...
Do you have any overalls? Do you have any boots? Yeah. Do you have any slash
From my past
boots?
life on a farm where I grew up.
Word.
Yeah.
Do you like cats?
I've got two.
Okay.
I'm excited.
And you can bring your wife.
Perfect. Yeah, it'd be great.
I was excited to hear from.
Just FYI. Like, that wasn't a...
So weird. So weird.
Yep.
So yeah, so that whole situation, that's the guy that we're supposed to believe is doing the investigative reporting on this, on a story that Tim won't even talk about. I mean, this is embarrassing for many reasons, but all of these creators right here are being impacted by this. So again, we're going to continue to talk about it. We're going to continue to report on it, because unlike, places like Timcast or the Daily Wire or other conservative outlets or non-left leaning outlets, I guess you should say, I don't really care about all of that. If somebody needs to be called out, they need to be called out. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. And Eliza Bleu is a terrible person and needs to be called out and held accountable. So you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.